$320,000 in no documentation business funding. That's how much my client, John, in Ohio was able to get in under 30 days of working with me. Want to learn how he did it? Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Colin Matthew here, and if you're new to the channel, I'm the owner of Credit Veterans. We offer credit repair and business funding with no upfront fees. Click the link in the description below to learn more, or to sign up for my business funding mentorship. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a case study of a recent client of mine named John, who has a business registered in Ohio. Here's a little background. John booked a call with me to inquire about my one-on-one mentorship. He was looking for at least $200,000 for a business acquisition, and he signed up for my one-on-one mentorship package to work with me directly to get funded. His industry is consulting, and the age of his LLC is 6 years old. It's incorporated in Ohio, and his FICO scores were about 750. He hadn't filed tax returns yet, so he was looking primarily for no documentation funding or low documentation funding with bank statements only. Since he's looking to use the funds for an acquisition, he wanted business lines of credit and wasn't really interested in 0% business credit cards because he didn't want to have to go through the hassle of liquidating the cards to get the cash off of them. Whenever I take on funding clients, the first thing I do is review their credit profile, and I'm looking for any pre-existing relationships they have. What banks do they have personal credit cards with? Who do they currently bank with on the business side, right? And John happened to have a business checking account with Chase Bank, which means he has a relationship with them. So I already knew I could get him a win by getting them approved at Chase Bank. After reviewing for pre-existing relationships, I'll head over to bankbranchlocator.com to look for the best banks in their local area. This is where I typically find some of my best no documentation lenders, and it's one of my favorite resources for identifying the banks I'm going to get my clients funded with. So right away, I connected John with a level 3 business relationship manager from my network at Chase Bank, who was able to process him for a business line of credit with no documentation up to $250,000. Now, keep in mind, guys, normally you're not going to get a business line of credit at Chase Bank with no documentation. That is the power of a relationship manager, and I reserve those for my one-on-one clients in order to get them the best results. He was able to secure a $125,000 business line of credit approval with prime rates. We could have gotten much higher than this, but John already had huge limits on his Chase business credit cards, which could have been transferred over to the business line of credit, but John actually chose not to do so. From there, I was able to call John's local PNC branch and have them email him a business line of credit application for $100K with no documentation, which he also got approved for within a few days. That brought us up to $225,000 in approvals in just 2 weeks. We then submitted an application with Citizens Bank, which is pending reconsideration, as they weren't able to verify the identity of his business. And this is actually pretty common. Banks conduct something called KYC, or Know Your Customer, and they'll look to verify all your business information. So we're actually pending reconsideration on that, and I'm pretty confident and optimistic that we're going to get at least an additional $100,000 approved. Lastly, we got another $95,000 approved with a national lender in his area with no documentation. I'm going to be covering this lender here in about a week with another video as well, so stay tuned for that. So we are pending another $250,000, but all in all, we were approved for $320,000 in business lines of credit with no documentation. Ultimately, what really led to John's success was having a 700 plus FICO score, having an aged corp in a lender-friendly state with a lot of no documentation lenders, and of course, having me in his corner, a seasoned business funding veteran who's gotten over $30 million in approvals for over 1,300 clients to be able to coach him through the best banks to apply with. That about wraps it up for this case study, guys. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that like button below. It just takes 1 second, and drop a comment. It could be anything, emoji, just say what you learned. Let me know what you want to see next. I really do appreciate it, and it really motivates me to keep making these videos for you guys. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell notification. I'm going to be dropping new no documentation lenders and new business funding guides every single week, and you're not going to want to miss out, guys. And if you want to work with me and my team to get maximum amount of funding for you and your business, and you want an expert personalized assistance with your business and personal credit profile, click the link in the description below. This is Colin Matthew, and I'll see you guys on the next one.